This is a example of a modified stacked wall. And I'm working on a project now, and I have this wall right here. Take a look at it, it's highlighted. And one of the nice parts about Revit is if I go over to here and say I want to look at the first floor wall, you'll see that this it's tab. Okay, so I guess if the tab's open, click on that. What I was going to say is, look at it here, highlighted. If you click on the tab, it'll show it. But anyway, it shows me both ways. So at one point in this design process, this wall had a gable, and so I had made the wall a full brick at the top, and I don't have a gable there anymore, so I want to add my blocking. I don't want the brick to go all the way up, so I need to modify that. So what I did, see here, is I took a look at the other wall, and I said, well, I have two other walls. On top of that, I have my second floor wall 5, my second floor wall 4, and the heights are 7 3/8, 7 4. So what I'm going to do is modify this wall. So I highlighted it. I'm going to say edit the type, and I can edit the structure. And you can see that this brick stud wall needs to have those other two pieces on top of it, but it still needs to be this height of 8 foot over 5/8. So I'm going to say insert, insert, and then this one I will make second floor wall 5. Let's see, find that. Second floor wall 5, and this one will make second floor wall 4. Down here's 4. I said this height has to be 7 3/8, and this wall has to be 7 1/4, so 2 inches. But I need to subtract that so that the total, I need to subtract those two from 8 and 8 foot over 5/8, 8 feet 0 inches and 5/8 minus 7 inches and a quarter minus 7 inches and 3/8. Oops. 8 feet 0 inches and 5/8. Using a calculator, feet and inches calculator, minus 7 inches and a quarter minus 7 inches and 3/8 equals 6 foot 10. So I'm going to change that to 6 foot 10. And click on it anywhere, it makes that change. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so I had a contractor call, I had to pause it. And then instead of saving it, I canceled it. So I had to go back and redo this. But there was one thing, I had to offset this by 4 inches because my alignment is the finished face exterior. So I want my gypsum board on the inside to line up. So I said, okay. And let's see what happens. Highlighted walls overlap. I rarely worry about those kind of messages. At this point, if I can see that there's an issue, I'll come back and take care of it later. Sometimes just resolve themselves. But anyway, now you can see that I have my framing for my freeze board all the way around. It's just a simple, let's take back to that section, take a look at it real quickly to go through there. So you can see now that I have my blocking for my freeze board, and I have my fascia. For my fascia, I don't need anything other than the sheathing, and my plywood sheathing and my rigid insulation. 2 by sixes, which is I use for framing for my fascia, will go right up to there. So we'll go back and take a look at it in 3D. See now, I think, spin it around. Yeah, see now I have that blocking all the way around. It's consistent, so it's the same type of construction. But when there's a gable, at least, and I tell Revit to attach the top base, and I hit the roof, which is what I wanted to attach to, then it extends the highest piece of that wall, which in that case was, or now, would be, let's take a look at it real quick in section. This piece. So Revit will extend this piece all the way up to the top. That's not how I want to construct it. If there's a gable, I want the brick to go. Yeah, so that's why it was a brick wall all the way up, because at one point in time in the various portions of the design process, that was a gable. So I think that might help somebody. Hope it does.